Because you got your mouth full.
Because I got a mouthful of beef jerky.
Hey, everybody. So somebody took a bite of jerky that probably shouldn't have at the time he did because he was just getting ready to go live. So welcome to Grumpy Acres Farm, and it is Tuesday Night Live. And so, yeah, how's everybody doing?
Let us know if the sound is okay. And again, welcome. I apologize. That jerky was way more chewy than I thought it was going to be.
Oh my.
We've had a very busy week.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Found out some stuff about some new laws and that kind of thing. And so that was interesting. The 811, call before you dig.
Oh, yeah.
And learned about flag colors and what everything means. And then saw everything marked. I have to call them again. Did you notice that?
Why?
We have to hook up to the main water line.
Yeah, I know.
I have to call them again. So, yeah, you get only X amount of days here in order to do everything. And so I got to get them out.
Okay.
Hopefully this week.
No, we're not tying it anytime soon.
What are you going to do? Like, she's going to be here in
We're gonna use
less
a
than
hose.
2 weeks.
We're going to use a hose for the time.
Oh, and just run it over there?
Yeah.
Oh, make sure we have some that are not leaky.
Okay, guys. Before we go on,
Make sure we have some that are
I
not leaky.
understand that.
Okay.
Before we go on, we need to say hi to everybody that's in here. So excited. We did so much this week that she is excited. Let's see, hide current comment. Okay. Zach was number 1. Hacks. It's actually Mrs. Hacks, I think.
No, Hax is on there.
Oh, is he?
Yep.
Rosie, what's up?
Hax will be joining us. He's finishing up some electrical work.
Tiger454. Who else? Leonard, what's up, Len? What's up?
Sam.
Sam, I showed everybody Sam. Grateful Hearts Ranch.
Hey.
ACN, how you guys doing?
Dang, we got the crew in here.
Homestead Twin. Man, it's a good night tonight. It's been a good week.
It's been a great
It
week.
really has.
Yeah.
This has been, I'm not going to lie, this has been the first homesteady week.
Like, we were so tired, and there was a lot to do. In fact, you gave me a break. He's like, was that on Sunday? Or Sunday. And so Sunday, he's like, just sleep in, relax, don't worry about anything. And he just let me rest the entire day. Of course, it was by the time 4 o'clock rolled around, I'm back in the kitchen doing stuff.
Right.
So, but it is what it is. I
Exactly.
feel like lazy hands, right? So
I hope you're feeling better, man.
what happened?
He was sick for a week.
Oh, bummer.
So, like I said, we did a lot of homesteady stuff
Mhm.
and got rid of a couple of really big problems. And
Oh, the animals are so mad.
yeah, the goats and sheep were. Oh, well, you start with that story. Tell that story first, okay?
Like how it began, or what?
Well, and what we got, and how you are working to barter for it, and all that.
Yeah. So we can do that. So our neighbor was over, and he's been seeing and hearing how much we're complaining about goats and sheep getting out and all that. And it just happened that there was enough rain, and then horribly an accident that
Somebody
one of the
was sick.
employees had. And so, so it's a slow time, and this is a small enough project that he knew he could knock it out. And
It ended up being bigger than what he thought, though.
I thought so, but I mentioned that to Levi, and Levi said no, and even Chris said no.
Really?
Yeah. And so they were like, no, because they're used to walking, 40, 60, 100, 150 acres, where one thing is parked over on the other side of the pasture, and then you got to go back and forth. So it was interesting, but I said, because when we were talking about bartering in the beginning for it, I had actually made the comment like, oh my gosh, that's going to be expensive and that kind of thing, trying to figure it out. And he was like, no, don't worry about it. And so it was very interesting. So what we did, I'm processing some medicine, getting all that stuff done. I did some canning for him. I will
Some
continue.
natural medicine.
Yeah, I will get natural medicine. And so then I will continue to can for him and freeze dry and that kind of stuff. And then
You offered to be a personal chef.
yeah, so Misty brought it up, and so I was like, well, shoot, I'm already doing for one family, plus events and that kind of thing. Why don't I just throw you on the rotation?
Mhm.
So I definitely told Chris to make sure that she calls me so I know food allergies, what you can have, what you can't have, do's, do nots, that kind of thing. So I need to start keeping cards of that for each particular family.
Right.
And so, because now we have people coming in that have serious allergies and cannot have a lot of stuff. So if we continue this and expand it, and especially Monsieur Parrot, we've got her coming here and that kind of thing. So we need to make sure. I think I'm just going to do a card system for everybody. But so anyway, so we did that, and we got our fencing, and it looks good.
Yeah,
It's really good.
I took Thursday off and helped him. I figured out we got about 22 hours worth of work in over the course of since last Thursday.
That's it.
Yeah.
3 days. I would think
Yeah,
it was
but
more than
There were
that.
5 hours today, 12 hours.
Did he tell you 5 hours today?
They got here when we left at 12:30,
Yeah.
and they left at 5.
I thought it was later. No,
They left
later
right when
than
they
that.
left. They left right when I got
Well,
home.
we were visiting for a little bit, but anyway. So
No, seriously, it was only about 22 hours. Chris does this stuff professionally, and the fence is done. Every time I suggested taking a shortcut to save them some time and energy, he said no. We're going to do it right, and he did. I learned a lot from him just when I was able to help him.
just the anchoring of everything.
I think I could probably build a pretty good fence now. Not as good as he did, but pretty darn close. I got to tell you, man, building livestock fence, especially they're out running a quarter mile a day for weeks on end. Then that ranks right up there with pouring concrete, as far as I'm concerned. That is a tough gig. We've got the 2x4 woven fence, and I'm going to do a video and show everybody the when it's done, so everybody can see what a properly made fence is like. Corner posts are 12 foot long, 12 inches round, and set
7 feet down.
Set 5 to 7 feet down with 4 bags of concrete on the bottom. This fence isn't moving. If the fence moves, we've got bigger problems on our hand than the fence moving. Seriously.
Well, and he went and logged all of that. So all of our corner posts and everything, all of the Osage orange that we used, he went and cut all that and knew what he needed to have. So
Yeah.
that was pretty amazing.
That's part of what he does. That's part of what he does too. Just an awesome experience for me as far as I'm concerned. And then
You should have seen it. It was so busy around here.
like she said, the animals are upset now because they can't get out. In fact, Jasper, the big chestnut buck,
we were cracking up laughing.
was wandering around. He starts
Tongue coming out.
He starts doing
lips
his tongue
coming
like
out.
this, like wiggling his tongue.
He was
whatever.
thinking hard, and he walked around the pasture looking at the barbed wire up on top, and he's like, "Man, I'm not scaling this." And then so he started making noises, and he was just like, he was mad.
Yeah,
He's still mad.
Hey, Terminator. So we got the fence done, and I'm extremely happy with it. I'm extremely happy, not with just the finished product, but with being able to spend time with him and Levi, helping them. And I was like a kid on a boar hog, not very useful most of the time because I didn't know what I was doing. But I was asking questions, and he gave me the answers and let me do some stuff. And so it was really good.
Yeah, very productive.
And then what else did we do?
And then so we put Darren's bin over and
Tackled a huge problem.
huge
Problem.
And then Mike ended up here, which Indiana Mike, did not expect that.
Well, hold on. Yeah,
I thought he was just going to drop off equipment.
So here's what we did. We ran electrical to the outbuilding. Been here for.
Darren ran electrical.
Well, we dug the trench. So one of the community members has a trencher that goes on the front of a skid steer. So they brought the skid steer over.
That thing's massive.
And we dug the trench, and so we put a part of a water line in underneath it so that we could run water out there, and then we put the electrical in. Darren ran the cable and hooked everything up, and he came over this afternoon and was putting in a 50 amp trailer hookup and an outdoor 110
30 amp.
GFI, so that we can park trailers there. Because eventually, what's going to happen is, and again, I will take some video and I will show you guys what we're talking about. Eventually, there's going to be a parking area there that can double as a place or pad for a mobile home or trailer, and we're going to have one parked there here in the next week or so for I don't know how long, indeterminate. It's not going to be forever.
No, they have their own property, but they're in transition, right? So
Yeah,
this is what we do as a community.
Right.
We help each other out with the transition. So,
So and then we're gonna put a light out in the outbuilding, and just so it's a huge win for us, because we've been running
finally a win.
well, we had several wins this week, but we've been running a extension cord across the driveway from the power pole, and so we could run our freezer and refrigerator in there, and so that's taken care of. There's going to be an outlet so I can start running the welder, and I'm not a welder, I'm a grinder. But
you're gonna learn that. Chris
yeah,
is gonna teach you.
I know how to do it. I just need to practice. You know, so we've got that. So we've got electricity out there. Kind of changes the game a little bit. The next step is to figure out how to get electricity from there out to the chicken coop. So we got electricity
and
out there.
water from there to the garden.
Somehow, either that or from over here.
Either way, we just need to figure it out. So yeah, we put not just the electrical, but there's a water line there, and so that's why I have to get 811 back out to Mark from
Don't do it yet.
pole
We're not ready to
to.
pull the trigger on that.
No, I know, but yeah. So we have to wait. He has to tell me about a week in advance before we do it. So
There's the man of the hour. We were just talking about.
What's up, y'all? Let me wash my hands.
Are you hungry? You gonna eat on camera or wait?
I can wait to eat.
Okay. And so yeah, so then like I said, we call about a week in advance. They have everything done in March. About 4 days is all it took, right? The final came in on Thursday, and then the file said you're clear to go. So, but then you're supposed to do the work within 10 days, but you get a 20-day grace period. So I guess really you have like 30 days. So it's like you don't just go mark everything.
So, and then regarding the skid loader, one of the community members earned their nickname this weekend. And here's the rule: unless you're coming in with a pre-existing nickname, you don't get to choose your nickname. It's kind of like a call sign.
Well, your pre-existing nickname could change too.
They changed.
Yeah.
Gypsy's kind of held on to all of
Yeah.
Right.
But so one of the community members, they're
You want to sit between us, or?
they're in the process of moving, and so Indiana Mike was using Mo's trailer to bring the skid loader over, and the wheel fell off.
Patty and I had to go find it. We were looking for it.
Somebody was changing the brake pads on the trailer and didn't get the lug nuts tight. I really can't complain because I had the same thing happen on the skid loader. But yeah, it came off. So Mo earned his nickname of Lug Nut.
Lug nut.
So there. And personally, I think it's a cool nickname.
That was very cool. The problem is there was a broken lug nut that came off, and we were looking for the other half. It got sat somewhere. Now we can't find it. And there was going to be a really cool keychain, and he was going to be blessed with his nickname and all of that. Now we can't find it.
So Darren, what's your thoughts on how things went out here this weekend with all the activity and everybody being here for community? Because it really wasn't planned.
There was a lot of ass and elbows all day.
Yeah. I walked.
Dirt was flying. I mean, everybody was sweating. It was getting done, and I think a lot got done.
I walked 19 miles on Saturday.
Just on Saturday.
I had my phone on me and I walked 19.2 miles.
Patty and I saw you walking up, and I looked at Patty and I'm like, oh, he's going to drop tonight.
I hung out till 11.
Yeah.
I was watching a movie. I decided I wanted to watch a movie for some reason and watched it and then passed out.
But me and the power community, holy hell, this week has been just what a blessing. It's been great. And then, like, because the community came and helped, now we can help other people coming into the community, and it's just fabulous.
Well, somebody's got to big project coming up that's going to be a community.
Wood shop basement.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm going to get to learn how to lay cinder block properly. I know how to do it. It's just I don't know how to do it properly.
Yeah, he's gonna show all the mason work and all that stuff, so we can get in there and do that. It's fine.
So we got a few more pieces, and then Tiffany can bring her camper down and plug it in.
Yep.
Yeah.
Get started on our job and move in.
Yeah.
Move into the community.
Spags, I got some copper for you too, man.
We haven't even got the last batch of copper back.
That's fine. I'll get the last batch whenever I take the new batch over to it.
Is it done?
Yeah, he's had it done for a long time.
Well, shoot.
He was supposed to bring it to camp.
I was like, we've only seen him like how many times?
You hear that, Spags? She's bad mouthing you, man.
I'm in a bad mouth.
I got your back. I got your back. I know you're busy. We're busy, but she's bad mouthing you. I'm just saying.
I saw videos. of Smelton.
Good thing y'all still have some nice weather for that kind of work up there. Heat index is around 115 every day here. I'll tell you
That's why it took a while to get everything done because of the rain.
Yeah.
That was like the biggest deal because we were trying to figure out equipment. And so we've actually had to dry out 2 days just in order for Chris to get here and Levi to finish up the paddock. So
Well, I ain't gonna lie. Sunday was terrible here. I don't care what anybody. It rained really hard Saturday night, and then
he's like, screw it, and he got on the skid loader, and now we got ruts everywhere.
Well, that was Monday. Yes, I took advantage of the big hefty skid loader being here, and I took care of some problems that have been nagging at me. The orange truck that was sitting out in the field is no longer there. I took and I moved it someplace where once the weeds grow up, we can't see it.
Excuses.
What?
I do have a trailer we can drag it up on and take it to get some.
Well,
scrap.
we'll get a skid loader with forks on it. I'll lift it up and put it. I was if that's here this weekend, I'll probably do it this weekend. But yeah, so I got that, and that's been driving me nuts for the last 3 years. Why somebody would leave that there is beyond me. And then I
Trees
spent
growing out of it
do what?
Yeah,
or around it.
the
Around.
mirror. Well, the side mirror is still in the tree.
Yeah, there's a mirror in the tree, which ought to be interesting once the animals figure out it's there. But then there's a great big huge wood pile with posts and telephone poles, and it was all. In fact, it was so rotten that there was about a foot of dirt and rotted material underneath all that wood.
Yeah.
That dirt looks good. I think I might go plant some watermelon in there.
Yeah, you could. I don't know what's in that soil though. I honestly,
I don't either.
there's no telling what's in it because a lot.
Well, you have an iron stomach. Darren has
It'll-
an iron stomach.
it'll work
So you
or it
guys
won't.
try it and
Yep.
see. If you don't die, maybe Patty and I will try.
But we got it. Kentucky Goat Man popped in. I'm sorry we
Hey.
missed you, man. We've been busy running our lips and not watching the comments. But I spent 8 hours on the skid loader yesterday
If not more, yeah.
and got that completely taken care of. Now
And then he comes in off the skid loader and he's looking at me
talk to
and I'm
them.
like, "Are you okay?" And so, well, because Darren, I can see the reaction. You're gonna laugh. And so, like, he comes off the skid loader and he comes in and he's all humped over and kind of hurting.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, "Man, I don't know why I'm so tired." You're like, "Dude, it's 6 o'clock and you've been on that skid loader since 8 this morning." And he didn't even come in for lunch.
Those skid loaders will beat you up. They will.
I think I busted 12,000 steps on that pedometer Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Most I've
absolutely.
had, so.
But now we've got this great big empty dirt spot that is beautiful, and it looks terrible. Seriously, it looks terrible.
No, it needs some melon. in
I
it.
put ruts all over the field, getting all the stuff up. But I was like, okay, so a part of me has put off doing it with the other skid loader because I didn't want to tear the grass up. The pastures are finally starting to look nice. I finally decided I've got the opportunity. I've got to do it now. Let's do it and get it done with. So by this fall, pasture will be back to normal. I'm gonna seed those bare spots, and everything should be golden.
Yeah, once we figured out, so when Chris came over, once we figured out those dead trees, getting those out, the grass will grow. We were like, oh crap, that's what we've been missing.
Oh, that too. The
Yeah.
evergreens. So
Yeah.
she's talking about the big
Not
evergreen.
the ever cedar.
The
cedar
big
trees.
well, they're evergreens.
Oh, are
The
they?
big
I thought those-
the big cedar patch
Yeah.
behind the goat pen. There's a bunch of dead trees in there, and Chris and I were talking, and my plan was to go in and clear cut everything from about 6.5 feet down underneath it. And then he made the point that there's a bunch of dead trees in there, so I need to take those out too. Once I do that, that should grow some pasture, some more grass back there. The cedars will keep the grass from growing if they're too thick. So I need to do that. We've got 2 clumps of them I need to take care of.
Yeah, so something to think about if you've ever, and correct me if I'm wrong, but something to think about if you ever look at a farmer or a rancher and they're like, we got to clear trees, and you're like, oh my gosh, because the ecosystem and that kind of thing, the green whatever is telling you don't cut down trees because you need this, you need that. Well, if we don't cut down trees, you ain't gonna eat. So we gotta have feed up here. That comes in through grass. We've got to make sure the fields will grow, that kind of thing. So dead trees do have to come out.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that is now we got firewood for years.
Yeah, there's.
We just got to process it.
Oh, and then the chainsaw.
Oh,
Figured out we need more chainsaws.
We need more chainsaws.
I gotta throw
How
that one in the
convenient.
car and take it home and look at it.
You got a helicoil kit?
I've got some small ones off the wood.
I think it's 8mm if I'm not mistaken. I go to start the chainsaw and I pull the cord on it and I hit the gas. I'm like, God, that thing's loud. And I look down and the muffler's missing. Apparently, when I yanked on it and
Blew off.
the bolt stripped out and it went flying. So we found it.
You're stripping out a lot of stuff and things are going flying lately.
Look, it's not my fault.
I'm just saying.
It's not that it's an aluminum body and they get stripped out.
That's 2 times.
That's what happens when you get secondhand
Or you're
equipment.
driving old.
You got to take care of them. They have been neglected, and it's up to us to resurrect them.
Well, but reading up on those steel chainsaws, this is an issue with the steels. I read as I started researching it, there's been a lot of people that are complaining about them. Well, let's see here. I prefer the skid steers with tracks, so I don't have to run things. Yeah, and this skid steer has the turf tracks, which is really nice, and it weighs a good 1,000 pounds more than
Well,
mine.
we still have reds.
Yeah, but not as
You're
bad.
gonna have them in the ground soil,
Yeah.
no matter what you do. Yep.
What else did we do this week, Angela?
I mean, I cooked, processed milk, did all kinds of shit, but sorry guys, I didn't mean to say that. I'm relaxed right now. I said that, sorry.
No.
Oh, I saw a few of you guys in here, Skeins and Tiger. I said hi to Zach earlier, but then I was putting tools away, so a bunch of you jumped in.
Yeah.
Hi, everybody.
Rosie's on here.
Oh yeah, good.
Yeah, and the one thing we have learned, the rain. So when you fill a hole, you said it was gonna sink in. It did. And so then G went out, put some more dirt in there and did that. And then it's going to rain again, I think, Thursday. And so then he'll go out and put some more dirt in.
Somebody wants to know if you made the babka.
I did.
Hmm.
I got beautiful. Have you tasted it? You didn't have it?
Not yours,
Oh.
but
Oh no, I did a coriander popcorn.
Coriander chutney.
And then
Which
I
is awesome.
also did a chocolate one. And then MMR and Indiana Mike, I sent over a coriander and the cheesecake. So
Sam, the deer are thick up here right now. They are out on the roads. We see them every morning when we go walking.
morning, I almost hit one coming down.
Oh, really?
What, 3 o'clock this afternoon?
Yeah, they're moving during the day right now, which is kind of unusual. So I think it's all the rain because the grass is growing so much.
it's the rain. It's also the fields are coming in, that kind of thing. So, right, Cowboy was saying that he's fighting the deer and everything else. His corn is not doing well this year. So it's too short. It's stunted.
Oh,
so.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, they can be. And this one's This one's got some. It says skid steer tracks. She didn't have her glasses. She lost her glasses. Skid steer tracks are a nightmare to fix if they jump off the wheels or you have to replace them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the
bad.
bearings on one of the hubs is going out on that skid steer with the tracks. So every time I turned, I was expecting it to jump off.
You don't let it jump off when it's in our possession.
Right.
We,
Well, Mike said it does it all the time.
Oh, okay.
Mike said it's a normal thing,
All right.
and it squeals too.
Mhm.
It squeals very loudly once it's been working for a while.
So the way it works around here, if you borrow community members' equipment and that kind of thing, when you have it, it is your responsibility to fix what goes wrong with it. And we've just always been that way. So you're using it, so whatever
Or
goes wrong, you
I've
do
been known to put lights on a trailer that's never had them.
it. Right?
Rabbit says I still have 2,900 watts of panels left to put on the roof yet. Then we shall see what it'll be like to run just off the solar.
Awesome.
Nice.
That'll be nice.
Mhm.
That'll be nice. I've got to figure out a solar solution for that fence because I'm going to electrify that. There's a strand of barbed wire that runs across the top of it. I'm going to electrify that, and that will keep the goats definitely from trying to get across.
I'm gonna have to hang signs that says hot wire,
Mhm.
just because our grandbabies, me, we'll all go over there and get zapped.
Oh,
I
good.
can see it
It's
now.
a good learn. Just like the goats, it's a good learning lesson.
No.
My daughter, I love my daughter. She was 6 or 7 years old, maybe, and we went and visited some former friends in Connecticut, and there was a big Percheron horse farm right behind the property, and they had electric fence on it. Because I don't know if you've ever seen Percherons; they're huge, and it takes a lot to keep them in. And she walks over there and she touched the fence and she shocked herself, and she's standing there, and about 5 minutes later, she's looking at it, and we're like, "Go ahead and touch it." They turned it off, and we talked her into touching it a second time.
And then my son was like, "Well, how come she gets to do that?" And he's older, so they tell him, "Go ahead and pee on the fence."
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That may explain a lot.
We torture each other down here. It's terrible.
But that's we spent how long? We've only been on this for about 30 minutes, and we've gone through everything we did this week.
Because it was focused on a day or
Right?
Kind of makes it sound like we didn't do a lot, but we really did, folks. Listen, seriously. This is the power of community. We people came together, and quite honestly, like I said, the community day was not planned. It just sort of happened. Just everything came together, and that's
Because Masiak Parrot and her husband, it was just supposed to be us. In fact, Darren was like, "Oh, you're doing that on Saturday," and I was like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "What's the big deal?" And he goes, "Well, you need the electrical guy." And I was like, "Oh crap! Oh, Darren, by the way, Saturday." So, and it was the Hax's anniversary.
He was here on their anniversary, and Mrs. X came over.
Yes, she did.
And
She
so,
kept me company while I had to drive to town 3 times.
So we owe them a anniversary dinner. We're gonna take them. Well, I don't know if we're gonna do the anniversary dinner or.
Patty nixed that. She wants my sweet.
So
and
we're gonna do a
savory.
dinner party.
She wants
Okay.
this. Yeah, sweet and savory chicken.
Yeah.
She's like, no, I'd rather have Yoda's cooking. Like, okay, I can do that.
Rabbit says this should be fairly easy and not too costly to do the fencing.
Yeah.
A couple 100-watt panels, charge controller, maybe 2 marine batteries in your fence. Yeah, could easily.
Well, we have the batteries. And
I've
we've also got the panels.
I've got the deep cycle batteries. I've got a panel. I've even got a charge controller. Believe it or not. What I need to do is I need to make an enclosure to keep everything in because I don't want it.
The
don't want
goats jumping on it.
Yeah, I don't want it sitting out in the.
Well, this looks good to chew on.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh wait, is that a bug on there? Let me peck that and go right through it.
So Tamber's sucking down some rum right now. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday night.
It's a day that ends in Y. Time to drink.
Mm-hmm.
Been there, done that.
Leave that girl be.
Thank you, Skeins.
Yes. Everybody's saying happy anniversary. Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, but how sweet is that? That because I didn't think you were coming. I was
Yeah, I
like,
didn't
I
plan
was
on
like, we didn't plan on him coming,
Well,
and we weren't even thinking about
you
it.
had that hole when we needed to get the power.
Yeah. And then I was like, I even told Mrs. Hacks, I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, well, at first I didn't see her. I saw you. And so I was like, how the hell did you get away from your wife? And he's like, oh, she's here.
Yeah.
And then here she comes walking around. And I said, I'm so sorry you can't spend any time with your husband because we were driving back and forth. And she's like, no, we're together. It's fine. We're good. So, yeah.
Look at that. Everybody's drinking.
Yeah.
Jane,
They're waiting for because Skane's turned us into a drinking.
Jane's
This is
got
why.
Jane's
This
got
is why.
margaritas. Rabbit's got Kraken and Dr. Pepper.
Have to get some more Rosie's treats while we
You
have our
go get
our
Rosie's
libations.
treats. Go get I've been keeping the cooler full of beer so everybody that's working, can just grab a beer and you want to join the drinking game? Go grab a beer.
Rosie, that is so cool. Rosie spent the week with Zeg and Don, helping what she could do. A lot of planting in the community. Excellent.
Good.
That's what it's all about.
Zeg's a good guy.
Yes. We met Don and Zeg the very first
Years ago, right?
Self-Reliance Festival we went to.
Mm-hmm.
They were hanging out at the tent with Billy. Actually, we were running interference for Billy because everybody was becoming Billy's buddy, and so he needed some space.
Got a tent and can't even stay in it.
Yep.
Yeah. It happens. It's all good. It's all good. Starla, we missed you, girl.
Starla,
Missed you at camp. I hope everything's good there.
she's dropping in for a few minutes to say hi. I'm too weak to stay on, but I miss y'all.
It's not good.
Yeah. You try to stay as healthy as possible, Starla. What else we got going on? That's what she. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I met Rosie there too.
Yep.
That was the first time we met Rosie.
Yeah.
That was a pretty good festival too.
They're getting better and better too.
Yeah.
So.
We got somebody signed up to do the powwow.
I missed that deadline.
She missed the deadline by about a month almost.
Yeah.
KYG, you take care. Go out and do that homestead stuff, man. So she signed up to do the powwow on the 7th through the 9th.
Right.
And then after that you've got cooking. You need to get.
I gotta set up my kitchen on Wednesday right after that.
You need to get your
A menu
a menu together. I got everybody asking what she's cooking, and so this is a good opportunity to.
I just want to say thank you to everybody there on the reservation working at the government building. You guys are so supportive, and they just want to know. And I even have people coming to me with recipes. Hey, can you make strawberry cinnamon rolls? Can you make blueberry cinnamon rolls? Can you make peanut butter cinnamon rolls? And I'm like, never heard of these. And they're like, if anybody can do it, you can do it.
Peanut butter cinnamon.
Yeah. And so, you can do
Wow.
it. It can be done. And so I was like, okay, let me figure it out. So I did some research and I was like, okay, with my cinnamon roll recipe and then this technique, I can make this work. So those are all going to be available. And then everybody wants enchilada casserole. And then I've got tamales, of course, and that kind of thing. So we'll get everything together. I got to figure out breakfast, though.
Jonathan's gonna be trying out some more savory babka bread. You need to make some babka to sell here.
Like for them to take the loaf.
Mm-hmm.
What I'll have to do is send some loaves into work with you so they know what it is. Because usually if you're not Jewish or really a foodie, you're not going to know what it is.
Give them samples.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So why don't you take the 2 loaves that I won't go through, you won't go through, just take those to work and let everybody sample all of them.
I can do that.
I bet you the coriander one, I bet you that sells the most.
They are calling for frost tomorrow night in my surrounding area, so I have planted my summer veggies
Oh, in Canada.
They're all going to They're all going to pots in the greenhouse.
Okay.
Yep. So you need to send some of your cool weather down to Texas, to Jonathan, and to Louisiana for skeins. So
And-
they.
And they need to send you warmth.
So Darren, you've been doing something for somebody in the extended community, somebody that's in chat.
Oh yeah. I got to go pick it up sometime this week too. I talked to the lady.
Does she know?
Yeah, I did. I texted her.
Oh, okay.
I think I even took a picture of the keys and the title. But Rosie's been looking to advance her business, and I've located a van for her. The interior is actually a rose-colored interior.
He was so excited
So
about
I
that,
thought
Rosie.
that was cool.
Yeah.
So the next day or two, I should have it to the house and then start figuring out what it needs.
Yeah, and you're gonna move the bed for her too, right?
Yeah, I think it's a conversion van. I think we're gonna move the bed, turn it around, and back it up to the front seats, and then that way it leaves the back open to stick her card in and all that.
Rosie's Sweets Shaggin' Wagon.
Yep. 95 Bellevue Chevrolet.
Man, you should jack up.
cannot call that Rosie's shaggin' wagon.
You should
You
back
cannot.
up.
She's selling food out of that.
You should jack the back end up while you got it. Put some big old wide tires on it,
Oh my gosh.
like a 1970s.
It'd be really good.
Rosie, stop this madness.
Take it back just a few more years to a
Portable
custom van.
Oh my.
Get somebody to airbrush like a great big rose on it.
Oh,
So
my.
1970s. That'd be so cool though.
Oh,
But you
Rosie,
know,
this is
Rosie,
like-
it's paid for.
Right.
That's right. It's paid for.
No better way.
Good night.
Okay.
Look, even Rosie's ignoring everybody.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
like, we're just working on orders for Halloween right now.
Jonathan wants to know what you put with the coriander for the babka.
Oh, it's a coriander chutney. And so
It was really good.
Yeah. So if you get the coriander and then pine nuts and oil, kind of like you're doing the pesto, right? So just do it the same way. And but it's coriander chutney.
Oh, there's.
And
sweet
just
potato.
do it to taste, right? So you can make sure that you are tolerating, because not a lot of people like spicy. And so you just want to make sure that you
What brand
tolerate.
is that chutney that you bought? It's a green chutney, and it is really good.
I did that. So Jonathan, when you sent me to go look for the beans, that little dish, the soup that you made me, and the nut bean, monk beans,
M-U-N-G.
mung beans. I had to find those at the Indian store, grocery store.
Isn't that Matt?
And they had this chutney, but you'll have to grab it. I've got them all tied in here. It's in the fridge towards the front. Should be right in front of you. This is the one I'm using right now because my coriander needs to go to seed, and I needed to get rid of this. So
If you can find this brand,
yeah, the light, babe, the light. You gotta turn the light down.
no,
Tilt.
there we go. Swad coriander chutney. I'll tell you what,
It's good.
some good stuff right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, it's good.
You need to figure out how to make this.
I mean, I literally just gave Jonathan the recipe. So when you're just like you're gonna do pesto, but what you want to do is you want to make sure that you only use the coriander, nothing else is in there. Well, herb-wise.
No, let's show them since we're talking about it. And that is what it
Yeah.
looks like. Right there. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. And look at the top of that. Oh,
Got a little dark though. I should have covered it up sooner. But anyway. Yeah, like pesto, Jonathan. Yeah. Jonathan's getting on to you.
oh.
Literally just said like pesto.
Well, I was busy. I was away from the table.
Mhm.
I was doing your job. I was
I
helping.
mean, I asked if I needed to be sandwiched or if he wanted to sit in the middle. And
Everybody
listen
drink.
for y'all.
Everybody drink. That's a drink right there. Everybody drink.
Whatever. So yeah, it's delicious skeins. Yeah, it really is.
No, I did. It turned out it did.
Mm.
I had a cheat day. I got on my. I had Sunday was a cheat day. I got that, and she made
Sunday or Saturday.
Sunday.
Sunday.
It was Sunday because nobody was here
Oh no! Didn't you have pizza?
on Sunday. No, I
Oh,
didn't have
that's when I got the pizza.
No, you got it on Saturday. I didn't have any.
No, I got pizza. Oh,
I
you
didn't have
didn't
pizza.
have any?
But I had a cheat day, and I got
chicken.
some babka, and I got enchilada casserole, which is probably the best she's ever made.
Well, and now he's like going back to work and telling everybody, and so that's why that has to be on the menu now. So we'll see what happens. But
Zambuca. Homestead Medical. There's Chuck's in the house.
hey.
What's up, Chuck?
Spreading the knowledge and saving lives, man. You want some good quality medical supplies and at a good price? HomesteadMedical.com has fantastic deals for you.
Best place to get your compression bandages. Yup.
Okay, so have we covered everything? You have anything special going on since you're here? People need to know about.
I got the dog fence done. I got to pull another line behind the kitchen building because Lambo keeps getting out.
Lambo is the ram that we gave them, sold them. Did we give
No,
them?
I got Knucklehead. Lambo's the one that Princess.
Oh,
had
Lambo is the
before.
baby.
He's the bottle baby, and he thinks he's a dog. He was raised in the house with the dogs for a long time. What are you doing?
Hey,
He thinks
you need to get
he'll get out. He'll go over by the kitchen because that's usually where everybody's hanging out.
He just goes
And
over.
then it's like, hey, what's up? He peeks in the door, and I send the two pups over, and it's like, take him back inside. So they'll take him around to the gate and run him back in. But he's getting over the fence behind there, so I got that to do. Still got to pick up Rosie's van. If we ever get a break in the rain, we'll start back on the wood shop building.
Jonathan met Lambo.
Yes, he did. They got along good.
Yeah, that's one thing that was nice about everybody coming in is that everybody just kind of bounced a little bit.
Mhm.
Oh, let me go help you. I'll go help you. Because we're all learning, right? And so we learned some stuff from skeins. That medicine, just wow. I got to figure out how to triple and quadruple that.
Skeins, he is a big stinky sheep.
You know.
Yeah,
Big
he is.
stinky sheep aren't cute.
Did Jonathan finally figure out the mud boots that he wants to settle on? He learned about mud when he was up here.
I'll tell you what, I use
Wasn't
those.
it Kansas?
I use those Gurdons.
Mm-hmm.
Those are good boots. Even though the dog chewed up the elastic on the gator part. of
Dorothy's
it.
in here.
Who is?
Dorothy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dorothy. Did we miss you when you came?
Yeah, we missed her up there. Yeah.
Let's see. Those ones I had with me worked very well.
Okay.
Oh, yes. 4 inches of mud off the bottom.
You'll bounce around and
Yeah.
figure out what you want.
You're gonna need some insulated ones too.
Oh, Rose is looking to pimp her ride.
Oh my.
I'm telling you.
Oh, we'll get it pimped. You can
We
believe
can
that.
do that. That's not a problem. I say that she buys a case of yellow spray paint and black spray paint. And she brings it to a festival and we spend the evening tiger striping it.
Oh my gosh.
Just tiger stripe that baby with rattle. We did that to a van in Okinawa, but we ran out of paint about halfway through it because it was a yellow van, so we started painting black stripes on it. We ran out of spray paint about halfway through it and then just lost interest. So this van drove around Okinawa for 6 months, half painted with tiger stripes on it.
So retarded. Oh man.
Oh, Rosie, I don't.
LJC.
Hey, what's up? Hi, everyone. Great to see you. See you in Hacks. Hope to see everybody when I'm up there. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, goodness. Okay.
Yeah, tell them because they probably missed what you said unless they're going to go back about the skid loader and the ditcher and all that.
The trencher on the skid loader.
Yeah.
That it was. It's kind of weak. It's a little bit on the flimsy side. The trencher is.
We're babysitting it right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because somebody, well, earned their nickname. And Mike has not been over here. It's been raining and stuff, so Mike hasn't been over here to get the hub back on it. So we'll get it. Let's see here. I'm down with the kiddos. They have it there. Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
What?
Just get a bunch of kids to paint kid pictures
Oh,
over
for
it.
crying out
And then you
loud.
can take black paint on top of that and put free candy on it. That'll be really good.
You get a knock
Oh no.
from law enforcement or something. What are you doing here?
I always thought it would be funny as hell to buy an old white van that was kind of rusted out, one of those Chevy ones, and just paint free candy on the side of it and drive around town just to upset people.
Well, and you give somebody else a hard time for camping at the Missouri Rendezvous, and you want him to put free candy on his van, and he.
Oh yeah,
won't do
Yankee
it.
Watchdog.
Yeah.
Yankee Watchdog's got the best setup for van
There's
camping.
Anti. He's popping in now.
Hey, Anti.
Mm-hmm.
Yankee Watchdog has a window unit, for your house, that he sticks in the passenger window.
Oh crap!
And hooks
He is,
up-
like totally there.
Hooks up to the electrical on the camping pad. It was awesome.
Why not?
And that's anybody that's here that is going to the Missouri get together on the 7th through the 9th or whenever it is. I'm not going to be able to make it.
Sorry, guys.
We're down to one vehicle. She needs the truck that weekend because it's powwow weekend, and I don't have any PTO left. I've been doing so much stuff that I took Thursday off. I'm down to 32 hours of PTO. So if I want to be able to do festivals next fall and get paid PTO time on, I can't take any more PTO. Hey, Ghost, what's up, man? So I've been meaning to talk to you since Ghost is here.
What I do?
Nothing yet. Hopefully you'll do something. I want to make a commercial for Ghost T-shirts.
Okay.
Would you do it with me?
Sure.
Okay, Ghost. You heard her. Everybody.
No,
heard
oh
her?
wait. Can I let's roll back for a minute.
Okay.
Let's pretend like I didn't say sure. Okay.
But you did. So
but
but
I
we'll
didn't.
pretend, but you did.
So no, I'm doing a take back. So what kind of commercial apparently you two have talked already?
No, I haven't talked to Ghost. This is my idea.
So there's no script, none
Not
of
yet. Not yet. But there will be. You'll like it. Trust me. It'll be fun. It won't be degrading. It won't be degrading to you.
Tasteful.
It's going to degrade me, but it won't degrade you.
Well, I don't want to do that.
No, that's fun. Self-depreciation, that's fun. See, our humor is completely different.
I'm trying to figure out.
Redneck's in the house too. We got Mossy Oak and Redneck.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
take backs.
What's up, guys? You almost got your plug ready now.
yeah, see, no take backs. See, Redneck's on my side. That's why I like him. No, it'll be fun.
All
Well,
right.
Hopefully, if we can do it before the next live, it'll be fun. It's funny. I got a great idea for it.
Okay.
Better than Natives commercial Ghost.
See if we
Seriously.
can pull it off. I don't know.
Oh, we can. Hey, turning guns. Let's see here. I really enjoy the cabinetry in the background. It's actually very nice.
Oh, thank you.
Where'd you get that?
That is actually Magnolia Farms,
Magnolia
and
Farms.
so is the
Is that the-
table.
People from Texas.
Mm-hmm. And so at the time that I got it, they were still a family-run company. I'm not sure where they're at now. I haven't found as much of their furniture as we used to, but yeah. So this is theirs, and
That thing is very well made. It is
Mhm.
super heavy.
yeah. You had to help me.
Yeah, I moved it.
It was bad. But yeah, that's what that is. And then the French doors, those are already here. But yeah, they've got barn doors on them and that kind of thing. I found those at Nebraska Furniture Mart, but I think now they're just doing like side stuff. I don't think they're doing no furniture. So
Yeah, Ghost. I think it's going to be more fun than Natives. We'll see.
What?
Native's ghost commercial. It's gonna be more fun than his. Better.
Don't tease Native.
I haven't talked to him in ages. Okay, so we've kind of ran through the updates. We know what Hax has got going on. We know what we're doing. This next week is just going to be cleaning up and finishing loose ends off of what went down.
I gotta pull up your stuff. It's probably overcooking actually.
Oh,
So
my
so
dinner.
that is going to be what's coming up next week. Okay, so I was trying to get some topic. I'm glad you're here, Hax. I'm glad you're here because I want your input on these things. I found a bunch of stories that I just thought were interesting, and they're not really.
You two just take that over and then tell me when to come in and say goodbye.
They are not necessarily homestead stories, but they are stories that affect us all. Will affect us all. Okay, and I want your take on this. The first one. Do you guys know who Buddy Brown is? He's a independent musician that has a YouTube channel, does some great videos. He had a story today about the feds coming in and dropping off beavers in these areas where they're trying to reclaim wetlands. And
Is that what got you started on what's happening up here?
no. So the beavers go in and they build these dams and they create these wetlands and it starts flooding like it did back in the day. None of this land is classified as flood zone, so nobody has flood insurance on it. And then the Fed, and this is unverified, I do not know, and this is one of the reasons why I brought it up here, because I want you guys to help us out and maybe give us, we can find if this is true or not. But the feds are looking at buying all this land from people that can't afford to keep it because they don't have insurance.
Oh, how convenient.
And so I just
Classic move, man.
Just like what happened in Hawaii.
oh yeah, I'm gonna tell you the weaponizing beavers, if this is a true story, if this is actually what's happening, is genius as far as I'm concerned. It's
Better
evil.
than getting caught with a laser.
It's evil, but it's better than seriously. It's sharks with lasers type level evil genius. All right. So I don't know if it's true or not. So if you guys find any information about it,
Where's HG?
I don't know. I haven't seen him or Gregory.
Beavers with tactical vests.
Yeah. HG or Gregory or Susie hasn't been in here. So yeah, if you guys can find out information on that, put it down in the comments. Seriously. Let's see. The second one. Poplar Reports had a couple of stories this week. Where am I?
Now you can switch, or should be.
Yeah. So Poplar Report had a couple of stories that I thought were interesting. The first one was he was talking. They've got somebody local to where he is that has a chicken farm. And if you guys don't know how these chicken farms work, they sign a contract with the big chicken producers,
right.
Tyson, Farmland, all these. So they sign a contract with these producers, they're not producers already, they're processors.
Processing, yeah.
With these big processors, and they raise the chickens, and when they get to a certain weight, they buy them back. It's a whole scientific method. Well, and they're getting paid really good money. And you could spend like millions of dollars into the hole building one of these facilities. And if the contract gets canceled, you cannot keep your farm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there's stories coming out that it was Tyson specifically was canceling contracts and giving the contracts to immigrants, non-Americans, because they can get better terms, better terms with these with the immigrants, and then Tyson's notorious for hiring illegal immigrants too. Let's see here. Oh, we gotta backtrack. The Beavers to Reclaim Wetland is on BBC and Fish and U.S. Wildlife site. Take that as you will. I'm telling you, there's something there. We have chicken and turkey. Yeah, they've got some huge turkey farms down there in the Ozarks. He lives up there by Versailles, south of Versailles.
Versailles?
Yeah. For sales.
For sale.
For sales.
I've serviced around there.
Yeah. All over Morgan County, plus those are egg producers. Yep. So yeah, they're and what's happening when this starts happening is these American-owned farms are going to default because they can't pay their loans. And we see it around here. You've got some farms up where you are that corporations, the corporations come in. ConAg is one of them up there, right? ConAg will come in and say, we will upgrade all your infrastructure and we will pay you every month to produce food for us. But the catch is when the owner dies, it doesn't pass on to their family. It goes to the corporation.
Yeah,
So
there's a lot of millionaire farmers up there.
Yeah.
You know,
And
thousands of acres of land, and it's going to catch up with them.
Well, and you'll be driving through the area, and you'll see these farms that have these multi-million-dollar silo systems. I mean, huge. You got one right down the road from you.
Yep.
You know.
There's a real big one that just added another 6 silos too.
Yeah.
I think it's got 15 or 20 silos out there now.
You know,
and they're not short ones either. They're, I don't know, 100-foot tall.
Yeah, they're huge.
They're huge.
You know, and this is one of the reasons why food independence is important, because the small farmer, the small independent farmer, is going by the wayside, and the goal, not only by corporations but from the government, is to get the farmers out of business. So this is another reason why you need to be trying to get as food independent as possible. Even if you don't live on property, you can still hook up with somebody who's got property, join a co-op, join a community supported agriculture system, and do that, and you'll help keep these small farms in business. Plus you'll be getting better food than going to the grocery store, and you won't be dependent on the system.
Yeah.
You know? Okay, so the next thing that Popular Reports had, Russia's come out and Russia's basically told everybody that they are at war with NATO. And NATO's pretending that they're not at war yet.
Right.
And I've got it made me think, when somebody tells me they're going to punch me in my face, I take them at their word. Now, they may not be able to, they may not have the ability to realistically, but I take them at their word and I act accordingly. All right? And the fact is the government of the United States and NATO, at least they're forward-facing, the public-facing side of things, they're pretending like we're not at war. You know, and it's only a matter of time. You know,
we won't be at war until we get hit, and it's like, oh, I guess we were at war.
Well, NATO.
Too late.
There are NATO ministers right now talking about bombing Russia and sending. I think they said 100,000 NATO troops in if Ukraine starts to collapse, and that could happen at any moment. Don't listen to the hype. Ukraine never had a chance of winning this war by itself, and the people that are the governments that are supporting NATO have given them just enough help to keep them from collapsing. So don't believe the hype. That is a house of cards. Oh, and then guess what happened today in Ukraine? President Zelensky's term in office expired, but he's still president.
Classic. Yeah.
And they're not having elections. I thought, correct me if I'm wrong,
Because they're at war.
One of the reasons that the big reason we went into Ukraine was to help protect democracy, right? That was what we were told. That is why we're spending billions of dollars in Ukraine of taxpayers' money instead of securing our own border to defend democracy. Well, but hold on, you said they're at war, but we had elections during the war.
Well, yeah.
during World War II, Roosevelt had 2 elections, as a
Yeah.
matter of fact. So, yeah, I'm not buying it. That's not a good answer for me.
Not a cop out.
No, it's a cop out. It's not a cop out. Okay, the next one. This one kind of hits close to home. Well, actually, there's two of them that get close to home.
Mm-hmm.
Roger is no longer with us. Roger, the OGB, is no longer with us.
He's alive.
Don't be upset though. Don't be. He is still alive and he is still kicking.
Mhm.
So we sent Roger over to Gypsy and Louise's place so that he could help make some little baby Rogers, and he did his job, and apparently he did it very well. And so Jeff and Louise, they know how much I care for Roger. They were like, okay, we'll bring Roger home. We'll bring him back. So they brought him back Sunday, and
It did not go well.
he's been enjoying. He's really enjoyed being the only Tom, and he had three hens that he was on top. You know, he was in charge of. He came out of the crate fighting. Man, he was going after the other Toms, just going after him, and he was beating them.
You got to go back.
He had to go back.
He was beating them really well, and I was like, wow, he hasn't behaved like this in a long time.
The tactical turkey.
That's right. Roger, the old gimpy bastard, was going to town. But the problem was there's 2 of them, and they're younger, and they got more stamina. So he started getting tired, and then Guinea, who used to be his buddy, started attacking him too, because I guess he was causing problems. I don't know. So we decided that Roger, since he was doing so well over there, he looked so good, guys. Seriously, I gotta get Gypsy and Louise to send us a picture of him so we can show people how good he's doing. He looked great.
I've got some. That's
He looked
coming,
great.
actually.
So they-
Glasses there.
So they took him home, and when he got home, he found somebody that he could fight there at the house.
That's the picture I was gonna
And we
show.
got a picture. We got a picture of him. This turkey looks it looks exactly like Roger. So I could see where he'd get upset. Somebody look. Okay, so I've got it right here. I tried saving it. Hang on a second, guys. So, can you guys see that? So Roger found his reflection in the truck bumper.
Oh, you found it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
do you see this?
Roger found his reflection in the truck bumper,
Oh, jeez.
and they said he spent like an hour pecking at himself on the bumper. And then, you know, he's back over there, and Luis said that he sits in the doorway of the turkey coop, and when the girls go inside, and he sits there and he makes sure nothing gets in there to bother the girls. And so he's doing really well. He's doing really well. So he's gone, but he's not forgotten, and he's still kicking it. Hopefully,
And we get to visit. So.
and better yet, we might get some Roger babies. You know. Yeah, red heritage turkey. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And we got him. We adopted him from somebody else. He broke his foot and he was getting picked on. And when we got him, he was really small, scrawny, and he still gimps around. That's why we call him Gimpy One. Where are we looking? Anti.
HG's on here.
He finally popped
Oh,
up.
did you pop
They were
on?
looking for you earlier, HG.
Yeah, I missed it. I missed it. I was busy talking. I missed any comments. I missed the smart aleck shitstorm comment. that he usually
And now
does.
you don't even remember
Oh.
what you asked him.
Scott's here too.
Hey. Where's Nikki?
Yeah, Roger will have his own tactical squad to take
Mhm.
care of everything. But it's awesome. It's awesome that he's doing well. And then the next one, Fancy. So I did the video of Fancy, and every time I do a video of the dogs, I get these comments. We keep her on a leash. She was on a leash, and it's not like, oh, how cute. It's such a pretty puppy. It's funny. No, it's like, why is she on a leash in the house? Or why are they on a lead outside? Why are they this or why are they that? These people need to, and I'm positive that everybody in this chat understands this. and Darren can back me up. If you let dogs run free in the country, it does not turn out well. No. HG says he's been here the whole
There's
time.
a training curve, and they're
Training.
still learning it.
What's
Yeah.
that training word?
Huh?
What is that training word?
They got
training
hot.
word? I don't know. I just had to put a kennel up to keep them locked down when I leave because
It's called crate.
they go after chicken and everything else.
Amber was
When
over
you leave
here.
them to their own devices, they're gonna get in trouble until they learn.
Well, and these comments are coming from people that don't have working dogs. They don't have working dogs, and they don't understand that these animals. Her job is to be outside and protect, and even though she's on the lead, she still does a great job of keeping the critters away just by being here and barking. You know, because she barks at stuff all night long, which can be kind of irritating at times. But no. The cat has no boundaries.
Hey, what are you doing? I ain't seen you in a while. Just came in, didn't she?
Yeah. Sorry.
But-
You want me to put her back out?
No, she's all right. She'll be tired of me in a minute.
Let's see. Terminator says that HG's new nickname is Sneak Gator. But yeah, so people don't understand that these dogs, you have to. I mean, but they don't have a problem with people having dogs on leashes when they go out in the park.
In fact, it's law.
Yeah, you
Oh,
know
yeah.
what? And a lead. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. Great Pyrenees will go as far as their legs will take them. And last fall, it was nasty around here because she would go out and she would bring dead deer carcasses back. Our backyard looked like a boneyard. It looked like a boneyard, and there were smelly bits of
Well, you know, the
fur.
2 miles to the pond across the road, and my puppies bring all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
back. They'll be gone about an hour. So where you been?
Yep, come back all wet and
Yep.
covered in mud.
Soaking wet. Yeah.
But so yeah, so there's that. It just boggles my mind that I get these, and I have to explain. And one of the reasons why Fancy has to stay on the lead when she's in the house, she's afraid of storms. That's why she comes in the house. First time she came in the house, I was sleeping in the office so I could try to get some sleep. And Angela comes in at about 1 o'clock, just crying and upset. And she's like, "Why would she do this?" I'm like, waking up, I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She let Fancy off the lead, and Fancy went in and jumped on the bed and peed on the bed. Because, well, she smelled the puppies up there.
All over the bed.
She smelled the puppies up there, and so she took care of business.
Yep.
So we got to do these things to protect not only her but us too. Okay, the next one. Did you guys hear about the shooting in Fort Wayne, Indiana, in a Kroger's? Guy decided that he wanted to find out what it was like to murder somebody. So he grabbed a pistol, went to Kroger in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and started live streaming while he was walking around the store shooting people. He only shot 3 people. Thank God he didn't kill anybody. There was nobody in that store that could stop him because they were in a gun-free city.
In Indiana?
Fort Wayne, Indiana.
Whoa.
Yeah, it happened on Saturday. There wasn't anybody there that was carrying that could stop him. And watching news reports on it was just it was borderline sickening. Seriously, listening to these people talk like there's nothing we could do. No, there was something you could have done. You just chose not to. All right. And it got me thinking about
Can of peas.
yeah, it got me thinking about the strongman video that I did the other day. One thing I didn't say in that video that needs to be said is strong men should be dangerous. One of the things about being strong is being dangerous. And by being dangerous, I mean that you should be able to enact violence on somebody whenever you need to. You should have the willingness and the ability to do such. And in a case like that, that would have been a perfect example of enacting violence on somebody. But you do it, you control your emotions while you're doing it. I mean, would you agree?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and this is one of the reasons why, number one, we're proponents of the Second Amendment. It's a reason why we are proponents of a strong familial relationship between a husband and a wife, and becoming a strong man. And there's, you know, a lot of weak men think being strong is puffing up your chest and pushing people around and bullying people, and that's not it. And the strongest men I've ever met, the most dangerous men I've ever met, had the most emotional control out of anybody I've ever known.
The most dangerous men that I've ever met have been the most kindest teddy bear men.
Yeah. I mean, I've known people that, you know, and this is before the global war on terror. I knew guys that were killers. You could see that they were killers, but they didn't act like it. You could if once you interacted with them, you could tell that they were killers, but they didn't act like it. You know, they were predators of predators. That's one of the things. One of the things, I went down to Lawrence. There's a brewing shop on Massachusetts Avenue, downtown Lawrence, and I went down there to pick up some supplies because I was making wine. I needed supplies to make some of that wine. And I'm walking down the sidewalk, and you've been down there, Darren. You can attest to this. Walking down the sidewalk, and you hear people talk about people being sheep. Mm-hmm. All I could see was victims, except you could see the predators too. If you knew what you're looking for, you could see the people that were walking through these crowds, sizing them up and looking who their victim was going to be if they wanted to enact violence. These people were predators, and there were not. And I'm not sitting here saying that I'm some sheepdog, you know, big tactical guy and all that. What I'm saying is that you could tell who the victims were and who the predators were, you know. And so I should not have had my senses up. It was going to be a good Saturday. I was going to go to that pizza place.
That's what happens when you've been trained. You're training. There's a veil that comes off of you, and you actually can see things happen. And that's all due to the training and how important it is. Mm-hmm. Because you look at things in a whole different way, and you can't unsee them.
Let's see here. Someone had a thing the other day. A peaceful man is one well capable of violence, but it's self-restrained, and one not capable of violence is not peaceful. He's weak. Okay, so where is it? The comment right above that. I think Rabid Coyote said it. If you're harmless, if you're weak, I disagree. Mm-hmm. The most dangerous people that I've run into in my life have been weak men. And it's not necessarily, you know, when we say weak, people think of physical attributes. No, some of these guys were big monsters of men, but they were weak. They had zero control over themselves. They had no internal regulator on their emotions or their thoughts, and they just did whatever the hell they wanted to. And they had, you know, narcissists or sadists or whatever. And those people are dangerous because the only thing that they can resort to if confronted with something is turning to violence. You know, they become tyrants. They start out, they become tyrants. And I've met some guys that were really physically weak that were very dangerous people because of the way they thought. And they would manipulate people, and they would destroy people's lives and not even think twice about it. Sam says, I heard Sergeant Major Kyle Lamb talking about the sheepdog analogy on Jack Carr's podcast. They both identified more with the wolf in that analogy. Well, you know, here's the deal. Here's the deal with that, Sam. And there's a certain point to that, and to a certain point, I agree. The sheepdog is more closely aligned with the wolf than the sheep. That's why the sheep fear him. And so I can agree with that to a point. The difference with that analogy is the wolf doesn't care about the sheep where the sheepdog does. You know, and if they're and I know Jack Carr doesn't think like this because I've listened to him. You know, they're not advocating turning their back on people. You know, and I think that's a key. Okay, they said police tend to identify with the sheepdog, but vets tend to identify with the wolf. I think it has to do with going after bad people and taking care of their own. Yeah, okay, I could see that. I could see that.
You just said your son was jaded.
Hmm?
You just said your son was jaded like yesterday.
Well, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah.
there's a lot of police officers that are jaded.
Well, so fix that, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
But no,
even
okay,
police officers
I could
get that
I
way.
could see that. You know, and there's a lot of police officers that don't like the sheepdog analogy.
That's in their environment.
Yeah.
Mostly. There's some that's experienced the other side of that, and they'll identify more with. I guess it's in the situation.
The way I look at it, the sheepdog is only protecting the sheep for his master. The wolf doesn't give a crap who the master is. You know, I don't know. Have you guys ever seen an Anatolian and the way Anatolians behave? They will kill a wolf. They're that aggressive. But you know what? We've all got to serve somebody at some point, right? We all serve somebody, even if it's ourselves. We all serve somebody. So you know, there's an argument there, and I'm not saying that Sergeant Major Lamb and Jack Carr are wrong. What I'm saying is that there's nuances there, right? There's nuances, you know. And quite frankly, that part of the sheepdog analogy, sheepdogs can be pretty damn stupid. I'm just saying. I've never been in a situation in which I find out what I may or may not be capable of, and hoping that. Oh, absolutely. And you know, I used to, back when I was younger, I used to put myself in a situation like that all the time, and I'm too old and fat now. Still, the sheepdog serves his master, so the master can slaughter his sheep. Well, okay. If you want to go that literal way. So here's my question. Here's my question to the chat. In view of what Rabbit just said, since he puts it that way. Would you say that the sheepdog analogy, if you take it out that far, is a bad analogy, or could you say that if you're just looking at the protection part of the story, which is what it originally started as, that it could be a good analogy? You know, I get what you're saying, Rabbit. I completely understand it. Let's see here. The whole analogy is a thought experiment that you can play a lot of different ways. Absolutely. The wolf removes the sheep from the strong. Yeah. Wolves will kill indiscriminately, though. You know.
Yeah.
That's the part. That's the and I think the big part of the analogy is the predator versus the guardian aspect of it all. We're getting in deep. You might need another drink, G. I was thinking another beer would be good anyway.
You got one, Scott?
Do what?
There's no more Yingling.
I know. I'll have to drink one of your nasty ones. Oh, okay. So talking about this incident in Fort Wayne. Let's get back on that track. We talked about men. We talked about men here. Women. This is for all the women in the chat. You need to be armed. This is a prime example of why you need to be armed. You know, I don't go grocery shopping with my wife. I'm not going to be there to protect her if she's in the store. She needs to be carrying when she's in the store. And we have this discussion all the time. It's a habit. And it's a habit that if you don't practice it, you don't do it. Yeah, absolutely, Randy. You know, so women, you need to be armed. You need to be trained. You need to know how to use the gun. Yeah, absolutely, armed and trained, Rosie. Absolutely.
Speaking of, we need to have another range day.
Yes, we do. I was thinking about that this weekend.
There's enough ranges on enough homesteads now that we
Well,
need to do some maneuvers and
Scott, I
good
was
range day.
telling Scott just a couple of weeks ago we need to have a range day.
Even if we just get out our 22s and save money, but it's still firing.
CCMG makes a 22 adapter for an AR, and it's saves so much money. Okay. Total myth: wolves kill just to kill. Every wolf killing has a total purpose of some kind. Well, okay. All I know is that they leave dead carcasses out in the field. I listened to my grandfather talk about the wolves up in Colorado with his sheep farm. So it's anecdotal, but it is what it is. I know a guy that would be down for a range day. You know what, Sam? You're always welcome here. Seriously, I don't know. I don't know if we would do as much exciting stuff as you, because you got quite a bit more training under your belt than we do. In fact, we could make him the RSO.
Yeah.
And the instructor. Hey, why don't we talk about that?
We could put some drills together, or he could, and run us through them. Yeah.
Yep. The conversion kits are awesome for hand. Yeah, absolutely. You know, but women, get out there. Well-armed women. That's WAW, wellarmedwomen.com. Go there. They've got local chapters all over the country, and it's women teaching women how to use firearms. It's a fantastic thing. One thing I learned, husbands, don't try to teach your wife. Is that correct? Darren doesn't want to say anything.
No, there's certain things you get into a fight and it turns bad, and it's not even a training session anymore. So
does it turn bad, Angela?
It can turn really bad.
So that even goes to backing up a trailer. It's like, I'm not teaching somebody else. That needs to move on to somebody else, because it just gets into an argument.
Rosie says she's down on the range day.
Right on.
LJ's.
I've seen some of Rosie's pictures. I know she's pretty good at it.
Well, she had an opportunity to train with some of the guys from Tennessee. Okay, I need some practice with my pew-pew. I had a scary moment during the night the last time. Mo was up in Kansas. The riffraff had crept over to our side of town. Oh, that's not good. That is not good at all.
What's going on?
Well, LJC says she needs to need some practice on the pew-pew.
That's something we can do, is build confidence, because when you have confidence, it subsides that fear. You're not as scared.
Okay. So Rabbit wants to know, the only question I would have is, would you run your group as a herd of sheep or a pack of wolves? Just a question to ponder. We'd run ours as a pack. Actually, guardians. We're all guardians.
Mm-hmm.
We're all guardians. We're here to protect each other. Definitely not sheep. Definitely not. Yeah,
sheep are dumb.
Yeah, sheep are dumb. Sheep are dumb. Yes, that was PK crawling, right? That was PK crawling up in
back here
earlier.
In Yoda's chair.
Masio Parrott says we can help arrange some women's classes. I've been trying to talk to women in the group for years to do women's range days. Go down, there's some really nice indoor ranges in Topeka, and go without any men and do range days and shoot. I personally, I think that's the best way for women to empower themselves.
That's how Margie and I did it. We would actually go to the shooting range, and then we would have lunch at Bass Pro.
Do I need to tell the Bass Pro Shop story? I think I do.
No, you don't.
Yes, I think
You do not.
I think I'm going to tell the story.
For crying out loud.
Let me tell you about Angela and the Bass Pro Shop. range guys. So we had they opened a new Bass Pro Shop in Independence, Missouri. They had a really nice indoor range. It was super nice.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a family membership, and her and one of her friends would go up there and shoot at least once a week for about a year.
Mm-hmm.
And I never got a chance to go up there, but I would, I was just shooting out the back door, at home. So anyway, me and another guy meet after work, and we go up there and we sign in, and I sign my name, and he goes, Allard, you're the angry lady's husband. I'm like, what? Oh yeah, she's got to be angry. I'm like, what are you talking about? She's always shooting the crotch out of the target.
I'm sure.
So her first pistol was a Taurus PT-45, which in retrospect was a little bit too much gun for her, and it was a first gen Taurus, so the sights on it were really bad.
Shot faster would come up.
But she would aim center mass on the silhouette targets, and it would always hit them in the crotch. And so the range guys at Bass Pro Shop nicknamed her the angry lady because she was always shooting the crotch out of the target. They thought she hated men, and so she doesn't think it's funny. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, so Tom just posted. She was talking self-defense without guns.
Oh, self-defense without.
We will open a jiu-jitsu Gen 1 Sweeter in Kansas.
I want to get more into sword play. I think that's a skill that not too many people train on.
It's a dance.
It's a little more up close and personal.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn says we all know where your eye naturally falls.
I mean,
She
if your barn door was open.
just gave. Okay, guys, bear with us. That was technical difficulties. That was Starlink being Starlink. So we are back.
Right on, Raven. We'll have to do something.
Hey, Mr. Zay, how you doing? Rosie said she was out there helping plant some stuff, man. Hope it all went well this weekend. Oh, I wonder if the Starlink's starting to go bad on it.
It looked like it was gonna rain, so.
Okay, Angela says that there's
Cloudy,
some clouds rolling in. That may be why we're having
Well, or Russia.
or Russia could
Because
be.
now, so.
You need to train real life. You aren't training to kill a paper target. You're training to save your life and others. Train a gunfight. It's not marksmanship. It's a gunfight. Yeah, absolutely. Well, and that was one of the things I came to that realization when I was on security forces. We did a lot of training, and it really drove it home. Yeah, you're shooting at paper targets, but those paper targets represent people. And we had some really good discussions about that in the debt about proper training. And it's a mindset. It's a mindset, a gunfight mindset. And unfortunately, I haven't done any gunfight training for years. I did gunfight training with an AR, but I haven't done one with a pistol for ages. And it's something that you should be doing. This holding a group like that is all fine and dandy. It's unrealistic. You need to be able to move and hit somebody in the torso and make shots that count. Right? Okay, enough of the gun talk. I could talk about it all night long. And we're back. Hopefully we're back. Okay, we're gonna I'm gonna do this last one. We're gonna wrap it up. Okay, guys, we've been on here now. The last one is the bird flu. You know, in Australia, they just culled 500,000 birds. This is not something that's only going on in America. This is going on across the world, and it is a prime. I think one of the big egg producers in Texas, I think it was, just called 1.2 million birds, and so this is another reason why we need to be food independent. All
You
right.
want salsa?
Sure. Why this is why we need